Honorable Dr. Betty Udongo. This is my home village. It's called Kuyakuru, Wachachunga. My grandfather was here and my great-grandfathers are here. And this school here is called Precious Beloved Children, Kuyakuru Christian School. A year ago, there was no school here when I came to do a literacy program because the parents could not pay for the teachers and they were only earning 25,000 shillings, which is about $5, and the parents could not afford. And so I offered to pay the salaries of the teachers so that the children can be in school. So we started off with about 150, and by this year we had 260. But unfortunately, when they asked parents to contribute $2 to support the teachers, 60 children have dropped out of school. As you can see, we have no structure. But as you can see, these children want to study. They want to be in school. And so when there is no rain, this is part of the classroom under this tree. So we are praying that God will bring us resources so we can put classrooms for these children because they have the desire to study, and we believe that education can open doors to unlimited possibilities.
What Dr. Betty is doing is awesome. And what we do here is something that has not been seen in this region ever. It's the first of its kind. It means a lot to the community, but above it all, it means a lot to the girls who are benefiting from this program.
Yeah, this is a hybrid kind of school because, so those are the new girls. I haven't even met them. I don't even know where they're coming from. But what I know is that they had lost hope. Because here, once you get pregnant, they'll force you to marry the guy. Even if it was not your desire to do it, they will force you. And if the guy has money and brings some dowry, then you are gone. You have to go to the man's place. Whether you like it or not, you have to be there. So, and most of them get abused, and yet some of them, actually, it was no fault of theirs. Some of the girls we got during this last year some were a result of incest, others were raped. A few of them was by choice and others were misled. So the society looks at them in another way, in a kind of a negative way. And they lose all their self-esteem and lose hope. And they sometimes choose to stay in those abusive relationships because, one, they don't have an education, they cannot get a job, they don't have any skills, they are not empowered. And so this place focuses on those 4 areas of empowerment. So we give them the skills to empower them and give them the confidence to know that they can take care of themselves and their children. So whether there is a man or not, they can take care of themselves and their children. It's a common practice that members of parliament will build the best house for themselves on top of a hill. So I would have built this for myself. So everybody passes around and say, oh, that's the Honorable's home. But I tell you, I don't even have a home. But I said, every brick here represents my people. Because if I built this house for myself, it would benefit me and my family only. But if I built it as a school, it benefits more people. And there is a cascade, of how they impact on their families and maybe the community. So, like I said, unlimited possibilities. And Keystone got back to me and said, we'll hold your hands for 1 year. Then I said, okay, so what can we do in 1 year? So we decided we talked to the girls and asked them what their interests are when we were registering them. Most of them wanted to do hairdressing. So that's one of the courses they're doing, because it's one of the courses that when you learn how to do the braiding and the likes, you actually don't need a lot of capital. You can sit under this tree, put a mat, and make somebody's hair, and they pay you some 1 cent or whatever. Then 2, catering. Most of them wanted to know how to cook or bake cakes and sell. And then the others wanted tailoring, so they can sew some clothes. So those were the 3 skills that we introduced. And then we introduced the academics for those who want to sit for the national examination, so that they can go to high school or they can continue with the skills and get a certificate in a craft or something. And then the other one was focusing on parenting and trauma healing and parenting, because these girls have been so traumatized that they needed some healing. So that's the spiritual component of this program, in addition to the skills.
We have this first set of girls that came. They have finished 1 year here, but also we're thinking, okay, how do we start preparing them to go to the community, back to their community? Do they go back to their community the way they came, or do they go back to the community with a better impact on the community and also on themselves and their babies? So we're trying to move some of them to learn to live in a community outside the center, which is still within the center. Anyway, so we acquired some of these houses. We're already here, so we've not done anything on them apart from trying to improve them and make them more habitable than what they were previously. So some of the girls sleep here, and we tried to put up that fence to keep out people, because we had people coming in, passing through. So we've decided to put that, and God willingly, it will be extended to have the whole center and the girls inside, such that their security is guaranteed and we don't have trespassers coming in or picking their stuff. So this is the first group that live here. So right now we still don't have a playground. So this is when the girls want to do games. This is our area for games. This is our aquaponics unit. We have the grow beds where we grow our vegetables. We actually ate the first batch of vegetables. So the system is that the plants help the fish to grow, the fish and their pools also help the plants to grow. So Claire is one of the ladies on the program. So Claire does the feeding, but before they feed the fish, they need to do, they test the level of ammonia and nitrate. It's a new concept in Africa, and I think this is one of the few, if any, in the whole of northern region. This is the first aquaponics. So we figured out buying eggs every time out is more expensive than if we had our own hens laying eggs. So we're trying to build on that. We've just started on the project. That is, you remember we were planting a lot of cassava? Because we eat this as it's our staple food. So we mix the cassava flour and the sorghum flour, and then we blend it like that. And then we enjoy it with either beans or fish or beef.
Yes, this is real Africa. When you look around, the towns have tin-roofed homes. But when you look around, you don't see many of that. Even the few that you saw by the roadside happened after these people came and prayed and broke off we call it demon of poverty. And then we held their hands, gave them some materials So they started building. And so we believe that it's possible to break that vicious cycle. And then the biggest challenge we have here, there's no water. And so these people walk to the Nile behind you there, 8 miles to get water. And so they can only go once a day. The water in the Nile is dirty. It's full of bilharzia, which is a kind of parasite. When the children have those worms, they have distended stomachs. It messes up their internal organs. Some of them actually die of it. And so you find most of the children here suffer from waterborne diseases because they don't have clean water. So water is a serious need in this place. Food is a big priority because the kids are growing, and every time they grow, they eat more. So that's why you see we're trying to plant as much as we can. When we saw this was not enough, we had to go to Ajibo and open another farm. So food is our #1 priority. For us to be able to be here, we need to have food. Then the second priority is the children's program. When they came, they were babies, so really we didn't even think of anything. But now that they are growing, they are getting into the age where they need to start having some formal learning. So we would like to see a children's center designed for them, for their education in the near future. That's going to be a priority to us. And then, of course, the immediate one is getting the center up and running, because it's one way we are going to win the girls, like winning them off the program, get them to practice like what they're doing now, serving and the like, start to make money and be able to take care of themselves and their children if they choose to get out, live outside, and then bring the children.
This is the market of Lebi, and as you see, the market is a little squeezed. The market is small, the stalls are very few. That's why you see most of the vendors are now seated, they're creating their own spaces.
Hey, I want to go myself there, go and learn. Hey, that is I can make it. When I'm free, I can do what shoemaking. When I'm on this, I can do tailoring. I will be selling here.
At the moment, they are all demarcated. As you see here, as we started from there, these are where green vegetables are. And as we proceed, we shall take you where they sell fish, where they sell other small things. We have beans here. All these things are really planted and cultivated here.
These kids are going to stay with us for a long time. Even when the parents are going to school or they are going for a business or something, they need a safe place. And so we said even if they're out of the program, they can bring the children to the center. You see, we cannot do without technology. And technology is one of those things that is going to help us catch up with the rest of the world. You know, the world is way ahead of us. If we are going to walk the way we are walking now, we will never catch up, neither compete favorably. But with technology, we have access to the world on our fingertips. It's always worth the community see what these girls are learning and see the future that these girls have. And then the interesting thing is when these girls go home, they're celebrities. They are held in high esteem. Remember a year ago, these were the ones who were downtrodden, rejects, outcasts of the family. The parents have confessed to us that they hated these girls for what happened. But now they are the leaders in their families. Interestingly, even the babies are an example. When they go home and they put on their shoes and they don't want to get dirty and they wash their hands, the community is amazed at what these kids are learning here. I just want to thank everybody that has contributed in one way or the other, spiritually, through their prayers, and even the words of encouragement and the special gifts.